Minecraft is finally about to be unified on console for the first time in over 2 years. Let's talk about how. Hello everyone, and welcome back to BGATVHT, the show where we do gaming commentaries every single week. And as you may know, I'm a very big fan of Minecraft. I've loved the game since around 2014 when I finally first got it, and now it's finally becoming unified because back in 2016 or so, the Bedrock edition of Minecraft finally became the central main version of the game, and 90% of the versions now have switched over, except for one final bastion, PlayStation 4. Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition is the final last remaining supported console legacy edition. But that is about to change because we have finally gotten confirmation as to when the date of PS4 Bedrock is releasing. This next Tuesday, at least according to some sources. So the way we know this is that big stores like Target, Walmart, and Best Buy are actually listing Bedrock for PS4 as a thing you can buy this coming Tuesday, which is great news for everybody on a PS4 who has been stuck without private servers, major servers, mini-games, server mini-games, and realms, crossplay, and dependability for quite a while now, because 4J Studios, the people who used to develop the Legacy Console Edition of Minecraft, have now moved on to making very good, I might add, marketplace maps for the Bedrock Edition. They are still a first-party-ish developer for Minecraft, but now they are no longer working on a version of the game, but just extra DLC content for another version, which, I mean, that's fine, but as soon as that first one was announced, everybody just kind of went, yep, okay, PS4 will be switching soon. Because if you didn't already know, every other version, every other old Legacy Console Edition of the systems that are now on Bedrock have actually been completely discontinued. If you go in there, you can still play offline, but it's an outdated version of the game, and it'll keep telling you, come on, switch over to Bedrock. We got microtransactions, but also crossplay and servers, so yeah, come over here. But that's besides the point. So I'm just generally happy that this is happening, because, oh, it's been so long, I haven't been able to properly play with any of my friends who don't have a PlayStation without playing on the Switch, which, I mean, it's okay, but I really prefer DualShock controllers. They're so much better for my hands than controllers past. And I also have other things that some of my, you know what, it doesn't matter. So yeah, just, I am so overly ecstatic, but I figured that this would be a good time, since the version is switching, to take a look back on at least what is remaining of the YouTube Minecraft PS4 Edition Legacy on this channel. I have multiple worlds that I'm sure would give some of those old viewers a big nostalgia trip. So anyway, let's get into it. So anyway, here we are. Emerald City, formerly known as Brandon City. Wow, it's been a while since I've been on this world. This is such an old world. It was started on the PS3 edition of Minecraft, and it definitely shows. This is a version of the game before diorite, andesite, and granite were normal blocks in mountains. So if you go around all this terrain, it's just gonna be gravel, ores, and stone in any ravines you'll find unless you go very far out. Now, this world being so old gives us an exclusive chance to actually look at what update to update generation looks like for serious update treks, because this world has been around for so long. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. That's not something interesting. Let's just go through the history of this world. So, back over here, at the start of the city, there was just one house. My entire goal with this world was just to create a really nice house. So, what I did was I built this, now known as the White House. Yeah, it's not even white. It wouldn't even be like an accurate representation, but oh my gosh, I started so many videos in this place, and it hasn't been renovated. Like, if you go back, hold on, is this still grim? I was trying to copy Dan TDM so hard. I even have Dr. Treoris down the way because I was a super big fan of him back in the day, but now I'm not. Yeah. Sorry, Dan. But either way, we have Grim here, and yeah, I started so many videos off in here, and for a while it was really just this house, but then I actually did want to expand it into a series, so I actually, this is when I started the series. I actually built a lot of this. I built this hotel, which turned into an apartment building, and we'll get to why it's completely destroyed later, and that. But this is Dr. Treoris' lab. So many fun things happened in here, including the flood of Brandon City. Oh, that was something to behold. Oh, what did it look like under here? I built it out of diamond blocks. This is actually the time in, like, my Minecraft legacy where I just thought everything had to be built out of one block, and that's it. So anyway, the town started expanding out from Dr. Treoris. I built this pathway between it, and this was actually a karate training center, like a samurai place, if you see in here. Well, I mean, there's nothing right now. I don't know why there's nothing. Is there anything on the bottom chest? There should be. Swords. Yeah, this was supposed to be the dueling place. It was a cool idea, but I never really got enough people on to have that happen. So if you come along back here, actually, we have what is labeled as BCPP, which this, oh boy, this, well, actually, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just a pool, except the fact that I built a freaking railroad over it, so that kind of defeated the point. But yeah, I built that later on at some point. But this, oh, I love this. Yeah, we're just kind of moving backwards here. This is the city gate. I built this very late in the city's development, which is kind of now ended. Yeah, city limits, no furnished paths past here. And by that, I just literally meant I had stopped making paths. You were going out beyond the city, which originally this path right here had just been extending from the city beyond, but I figured it would be cool if I had some sort of proper city gate. And I mean, I'd say that this turned out extraordinarily well from what I thought was going to happen. So anyway, we've kind of completed this area. Oh yeah, this village. This used to be a retirement home, but I decided to blow it up. Don't ask me why. I do remember that much. So anyway, this is the highway system. This is the fastest way to get around the city you could, and this was the highway hub. So from here, you could go on Route 27, Route 69, Route 56, Route 42, and I actually do not know what this is. I think I just never got around to labeling that one. Yes, there is a Route 69, don't at me. Okay, so coming back over here, now we're in the fountain area of the city, and we got just Muggler's Ghost Shop. Oh, this is Muggler, isn't it? Yeah, this was just, I was trying to make fake shops because back then, oh, this place. This place was supposed to be filled with gas. It never worked out. That's all you need to know about that. This building, though, I think this was supposed to be, oh, yeah. This was just like a shop. This was just a restaurant. It even had its own farm. From farm to table, literally just 2 steps from farm to table. That was kind of the joke, I think. So this is my version of Stonehenge. Yeah, this is the mining shop, pretty self-explanatory. And this is the apartment building. So in this apartment building, there's a story behind this, which I will get to later. Trust me, it has something to do with TSS. So over here, this is the police district. We have multiple police watchtowers and Maze Bank. Yes, this is Maze Bank. I was into GTA at the time, but I at one point had jobs happening here. So I would pay people in diamonds. As you see, we have Saint Girl and Itty having a lot of diamonds because they did 0. Yeah, I don't think they ever went to their jobs. So moving up along here, I actually do not know what this is. Can I break into here? What is this? Okay, I literally do not know what this is. Can I just come over here? What does this say? This building does not have a name. I don't know what to tell you. This is the dry cleaners. This is where you come to clean your clothes, obviously. This is a bar. Like, this was supposed to be my rave party bar, but I didn't understand how exactly to build this. I actually based this off of a place that my aunt worked in Chicago one time. But that was, yeah, I think I did a pretty good job replicating it. It was cool. So anyway, coming back over here, this is the pet store. Kind of based off of PetSmart, but I didn't know that they had anything besides dogs or cats. But all the dogs just kind of didn't exist anymore, so that sucked. Yeah, I don't know what happened. This was like the dentist office, and I had some crazy contraption up here that was supposed to like activate the like all the stuff, like the x-ray machine. This is supposed to be the x-ray machine. Yeah, it wasn't too much. This is the mining stuff, Big's Hole. So you come through here, and I never mined anything. Yeah, this was supposed to be one of those jobs I was telling you about, but I never got far enough. So anyway, coming down here, we have a library. I really liked how I built this library, because I based it off of libraries I had seen, and it worked. This is also the site of where I checked in my 20 subscriber special how many subscribers I have. That was a pretty cool milestone for me. It was my first big milestone, and now we're getting closer and closer to 200. I'm really happy about that. This restaurant, coming down here, this is the president's office, I think. No? I don't know what this is actually. I'm just gonna leave. I think those are my slaves. Yeah. So anyway, coming back down this path, we have a bunch of shops, including this is the water treatment plant, grocery store, arcade, and literally nothing. Okay, epic. This one, what's in here? Oh yeah, that was the suit store. All right, so coming over here, the reason this expanded, this is the plaza. And the reason this has all this stuff, again, it has something to do with TSS. We'll get to that in a bit. This is the lost and found. So if you ever lost an item and somebody found it before it disrupted. And then the community message board. I really thought this world was gonna expand to have actual other people want to join it. That, I don't know. This was my bouncy house. Of course, every good city needs a bouncy house. But this was the karate place. So what you had to do is you had to do 2 laps of swimming in the water before jumping up on the lily pads and facing your opponent. Yeah, a pretty cool concept that ended up ultimately failing. So that was the football stadium up there, and then in here, this is like the construction workers' house. School, playground, and then some office buildings. I was actually going to expand this into a proper, like, large skyscraper district, but that let me not. So anyway, now that we've kind of gone through the entire city, and yes, there are some other places you can get to by railroad, but they're not important, let's talk about this. And the reason, well, let's start with the hotel. So back when I was doing TSS and even Minecraft Infinite, I always had the idea of returning to the Emerald City, or at that point Brandon City, for some sort of storyline. And I couldn't figure out what to do there, so in the process of making TSS, I also did this, which I was supposed to have 2 storylines in the city. One where you climbed up in a Donkey Kong-like style, this whole apartment building. And the second one was a huge adventure, a huge like 5 to 10 part adventure. I never got around to finishing this. Yes, I know. But yeah, this was going to be the hugest floating island you have ever seen. There was going to be desert, ocean, jungle, snow, everything. I had so many cool friggin' ideas for this, but they all ended up failing, except for one, because over here, as you can see, there is an interior. This... Oh, well, okay, that doesn't matter. But over here in the interior, this was actually the first kind of section where you did some parkour under the molten area of the floating island. And then above that, this was supposed to be a massive world, pyramids, temples, you had to get keys to unlock the final boss, and yeah. That was basically the legacy of this world up until 2 months ago when TSS kind of dropped off the map and I shut it down, kind of. So, yeah, let's move on to the next world, Ironstone. So, this is Ironstone, or as you may remember it, the first major survival world, or second major survival world. But this is an older version of it, because things happened and I lost the newest version of the world, which heck, that's even actually the reason I stopped playing on it, is because I lost all my progress. But this too is from an older version of the game. I don't think nearly as old as Brandon City, definitely not by a long shot, but yeah. Now, the reason that mountain's blown up and that thing exists, so yes, I know, I'm sorry, I ruined the entire map by doing that. I was going to build an airship here for an adventure map, but you know, things didn't really work out, and that's actually pretty much it. So obviously we have here a pretty standard survival world, except we have this mini games thing, which this was actually the main thing that I was so upset about, because 90% of the work that had been done that I lost was on this thing. If you will go back and look on the Minecraft playlist, there is episodes where this whole thing had an underneath part and there was a whole battle map there. Yeah, I built a whole battle map under there, and then I lost that version of the world. That's actually what made me stop playing. But either way, this world is still pretty nice. It's not as nice as Streamtopia, mind you, but that's because this was made at a completely different time. So anyway, if we look in here, do I have any valuables left? Anywhere in here? Ooh, 3 diamonds, hey. Not that I need them anyway, I'm in creative. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever go back to this world. It's been too ruined. Especially since I put it into creative. That just, yeah, that kind of ruined it. I'm very not happy with myself because I did that. Because it kind of ruined the legacy of this world itself to put it into creative mode, but at least we didn't lose the lake. That took so long to build. And we got the dock, and we have a proper mine shaft here going down, and you'll eventually reach it. Yeah, this is like the carved out entrance to something. It wasn't the proper mine, but it was a mine that somebody was making. Can't remember who. Somebody. But yeah, that's about all there is in this world. There is nothing secret hidden out in the far reaches of the land. It's just this. And there used to be something over here, but you know, I blew it up when I was making this airship, because I thought that I was going to make like a fortress here, and the whole point was that there was tons of stuff that got blown up. But yeah. So either way, this is about all there is for Ironstone. So let's move to the final world, Streamtopia. here we are. Our final leg of the journey. It's been a while, hasn't it? This is and/or was my pride and joy. It probably still is. Not this city specifically, but just this world. I have so many things here done just in survival. I love this forever, and yeah. So this is Rimsdale. This was what we were going to build before I abruptly ended the series so long ago. And, well, it was going to be really cool. And I figured the whole process was so mundane to do that I was just gonna record all of it, speed it up multiple times, and then let you watch it. So this is about as far as I got. I built 4 of these huge buildings here I built 4 of these huge bases before I finally ended. I actually started building this like a few days ago. Yes, I've still been playing on this world on and off, very little amounts, but, you know, I think that's all over, pretty much. I don't see a reason to keep playing on this world, especially if I'm not doing it for YouTube, because YouTube really made the whole thing a much more enjoyable experience. But there is actually one thing that I will want to show you. This world also will become obsolete in terms of efficiency once we switch over, because if you didn't know, the minecart speed is very low on Bedrock, so having these massive minecart rails going across the entire world, they won't matter anymore. They really won't. So, I mean, it saddens me. And I always thought, it's not that big a deal, I'll figure out a way, but yeah, I don't know. I guess at some point I could possibly revisit this, but I'm going to have another, I'm going to have another world I'm playing on when Realms comes out, and that is going to be taking up most of my priorities, so I don't have time to be doing this. But, here we go. So this was going to be the craziest, hugest thing in the world, basically. Because, as you know, we were building Chaos Caverns for a while, and then we just stopped to go build Lamia. Yes, I know. Just in the middle of it. But we had started work again, and it was actually getting along quite far. As you see here, you're supposed to enter and be like, what? And then you come over here, and we were basically trying to build this huge battle arena. But it wasn't just a battle arena, it was a skyblock arena. But again, because this is survival, it was going to take so long, and it ended up not panning out the way we wanted to. This was going to be a huge tropical resort going all the way up to that mountain where the acclaimed video Aiden fell in a hole over 50 times, and this is what happened. Took place. I can't remember exactly where, but I mean, if I fall into it, I'm just gonna be mad at myself. But yeah, this is what we were actually doing for a while there. I think I showed the orchard in a video. I had so many problems building that. No, I'm not starting to cry. I'm just congested. I'm sorry. But yeah, this I will remember this world fondly. I'll probably come back and revisit it, maybe even start using it properly again at some point. But for the time, this is kind of it. Rimsdale is only going to be 2% built because that was such a large project, and it's not getting finished anytime soon. Oh man. Yeah. Minecraft for me has always been one of those games that just goes on forever, never stops. Pretty sure I said that in my review of it. Yeah, but just this is the end of an era for Minecraft on this channel, because you know what? When I mention that realm, I'm gonna start something on that realm. And it's going to be very different from a proper Let's Play series, but it's going to be more in the style of like a Luke the Notable sort of Minecraft Hardcore 100 days, but it's just going to be updates on what's happening. Oh yeah, I made maps for each of the areas. It's so cool because I had like the entire region of Bunkaria, Old Bunkaria is right here. I think the spawn of the world was right over there. Came down to there. There was a pillager outpost, so I sprinted away up to there. Those are the original farms and the little forest I grew around it. There's good old Medivia right there, which we can go and take a look at. I know I've probably gained a couple more viewers since I ended this series. Oh, it feels so good to be walking this pathway again. Once again, up the terrace, up to Medivia. So, one of the things that was actually going to happen in this world that never came to fruition was that, what was it? What actually was it? That over in the south, like straight south of Medivia, I was going to have some sort of laboratory where a huge experiment happened that like exploded Medivia. Everything was destroyed. We couldn't get easily from one place to another, and we were going to have to rebuild, and I was going to have this alternate reality thing. It never worked out, as you can probably tell by the fact that we're still, we never got there. But, oh man, Medivia is my pride and joy, still is, will always be. The original version was so bad, but I took a few days and I just completely rebuilt it. Now, Rimsdale would be my pride and joy if I had finished it. Maybe it will be one day. But at the current moment, it is still Medivia. So, yeah, this is all of the worlds that still remain. All of the other worlds that we played on at some points are gone, either lost to corruption, I deleted them by accident, or intentional deletion because of something else happening. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this extremely long video, and goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what that'll be.